What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 14 Millionaire Maker.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
Okay guys, this is for the Millionaire Maker slate, which is the Sunday main slate at 1 p.m. Oh, and stick around to the very end of this video. After I show you all my picks in the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll show you these players in DraftKings and in FanDuel, the Millionaire Maker slates. There'll be 2 spots open that you have to fill in, but you'll have a great Millionaire Maker core. Okay, my NFL Week 14 Millionaire Maker quarterback is Kirk Cousins from the Minnesota Vikings, playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 3rd worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins has averaged 19.3 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 18, 27, and 19 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He's only going to be about 2% owned, despite great performance game after game. He's projected at 20.4 fantasy points here in Week 14. He's $6,700 DraftKings salary and $1,500 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Vikings favored by 13. This is a home game, a fantastic matchup. I like what Kirk Cousins is doing. I think this ownership is way too low. So I like Kirk Cousins here versus the Detroit Lions.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy?
And we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. My Millionaire Maker running back for Week 14 is Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers, playing the Washington Redskins, who have the 10th worst defense overall, and they give up the 11th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Aaron Jones has averaged 19.4 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 13.3 rush attempts per game and 4.3 pass targets per game. He's had a bad couple of games, only scoring 7 and 4 fantasy points in the last 2 games, but he scored 27 fantasy points in the game before those. He's projected at 16.4 fantasy points here in Week 14. He's $6,700 DraftKings salary and $1,100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 42 points scored in this game, and they have the Packers favored by 12. So it should be a running game script for Green Bay Packers and Aaron Jones. And this is a home game and a fantastic matchup. So I like Aaron Jones here versus the Washington Redskins. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy football videos every day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy football content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Okay, who do we have at the wide receiver position? My NFL Week 14 Millionaire Maker wide receiver is Curtis Samuel from the Carolina Panthers, playing the Atlanta Falcons, who have the 6th worst defense overall, and they give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Curtis Samuel has averaged 11.8 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 7.2 pass targets per game. He scored 17 fantasy points and 7 pass targets last game. He's going to be about 7% owned, on the field for 87% of the snaps, projected at 10.8 fantasy points here in week 14. He's $4,900 DraftKings salary and $900 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 47 points scored in this game, and they have the Panthers trailing by 3. So this is a great matchup. Curtis Samuel's getting a ton of pass targets for a low salary, so I like Curtis Samuel here versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, and you can try the tools for NBA. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position. My week 14 millionaire maker tight end. Why not pair him up with Kirk Cousins? I like Kyle Rudolph from the Minnesota Vikings playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 3rd worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Kyle Rudolph has averaged 8.4 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 3.4 pass targets per game. But take a look at these last 3 games. He scored 15, 18, and 19 fantasy points in the last 3 games off of 6, 5, and 5 pass targets. On the field for 87% of the snaps, projected at 8 fantasy points here in week 14. He's only $4,400 DraftKings salary and $400 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43.5 points scored in this game. They have the Vikings favored by 13. But I think they're going to give Dalvin Cook a little rest here after that injury he suffered last game. So I think the pass catchers from the Vikings are going to get plenty of work. This is a home game, a great matchup. So I like Kyle Rudolph here versus the Detroit Lions.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content.
Okay, here we are in the DraftKings lineup optimizer. Over here on Draft Dashboard, we have our Millionaire Maker core loaded in, and we've generated a lineup. We've got Kirk Cousins, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Albert Wilson, Curtis Samuel, Auden Tate, Kyle Rudolph, Derrick Henry, and the Ravens defense. So this is a nice tournament lineup with a lot of low ownership players that have big upside. And then we got a few studs in here with Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. So I like this lineup. I'm going to go ahead and save this lineup so I can optimize it later. And now let's take a look at FanDuel. So here we are in the FanDuel lineup optimizer. Over here on Draft Dashboard, we have our Millionaire Maker core loaded in, and we've generated a lineup. We've got Kirk Cousins, Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry, Davante Adams, Albert Wilson, Curtis Samuel, Kyle Rudolph, Le'Veon Bell, and the Panthers defense. Why don't we go ahead and change Davante Adams to DeAndre Hopkins so we don't stack too many players from the Green Bay Packers. So I like this lineup a lot better. We'll go ahead and click save so we can optimize it later.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.
Do you want more fantasy football picks?
Check out the video linked right in the middle of the screen.
If you got any value from this video, please tap that subscribe button before you get out of here and ring that bell notification so you won't miss our daily fantasy football uploads. We're putting out new videos every day, so I don't want you guys to miss any of our free content.